Let's watch this one first, because this makes me angry. Okay. Wow, 0 ad? That's crazy. Let's start with Linus Tech Tips, then we'll go into Shoe on It. I want to be angry at somebody who clearly has ADHD, try to do their house up as a tech streamlands, then has failed at every step of the turn because he delegated all of his projects to one of his employees that had a favoritism, then went back and then clearly didn't listen to the guy who was trying to put this stuff together. But that's just me, that's just me. Since the day that guy posted the video of the light switches, when he put GE and Brighton light switches, I work in automation, security, and low voltage. This house pisses me the fuck off. If I was the low voltage guy that wired this house, I would have said, you could save so much money by not doing it this way. By literally not doing it this way. There's so much money you could have prevented in the loss if you just didn't do your household wiring this way. Dude, his LAN center pisses me off. You want one backup of Cat 6. The Cat 6 thing pisses me off already. But that's besides the point. I'm going to start off by saying that for an automation guy, for a low voltage guy, for do this thing, as a blue collar guy that worked in this field and currently still works in the field of automation, this house pisses me off. I would never service this house. Never. Okay? I'm telling you, I would tell the next AV company, hey, take over, suggest new products. Suggest new products. Say you can't use that. Say your system doesn't work with it. Because what he has done, what I'm almost positive what has happened, is that they looked up all the stuff that Google Assistant is able to be put on, right? And they just went down the list of things that are quote unquote compatible, and then just fucking bought the things that were slightly the cheapest. Because as we know, and as you and I know, Linus is a little bit of a cheapskate, which is nothing wrong with being a little bit of a cheapskate. But you bought GE. GE is notorious for a couple of things. But GE should really stay in the business of making washing machines and planes that machine guns that have planes attached to them. All right? GE has no business making anything but appliances. Okay? Every single time I've ever used a GE automation anything, it has failed spectacularly, and we've had to use something else that we have in-house that is twice or 3 times as expensive. Every single fucking time. Without fail, by the way. Without fail. So when I heard that he was going to use GE, I almost made a float plane account to go to his Reddit and whatever he has to literally say, you are a bingus. Do not use GE. You are going to regret it. Because it's never worked. GE does not go well. Their Z-Wave is ancient. They cannot operate well. Newer stuff, GE's newer stuff doesn't even work well. So, and my biggest pet peeve is that when he preaches that it's like form over function, right? Or no, function over form, that things must just work because if it looks like shit but does the thing that you want, then who cares? But then he went on his podcast and clearly didn't understand that, so he went and tried the buttons on the light switches and said that he couldn't approve the light switches because of the feel of the button on the light switches. I work with stuff. Lutron is my bread and butter. Lutron works. You know why it works? Because it just fucking works. Okay? I'm in this field. If you ever want an opinion that works and things will work, go get yourself some Lutron switches. You know why they're the biggest company? It's not because their buttons are good. It's because their compatibility works every single time. You don't have to reconfigure fucking ever. They form a mesh, they use Z-Wave using their own proprietary thing, and it just meshes into anything that you it has Apple, it has fucking Google Assistant, it has freaking Alexa compatibility, it has everything you want. It even currently, the newer stuff has Matter support. Why in the world did he ever go with GE and Brighton? That GE doesn't even have their own fucking home base station. They don't. Oh, Innovelli is gonna save the day. You should have never chosen GE in the first place. This is your own fault. You didn't test. You delegated to somebody else, and they tested, I bet you, one fucking switch and said, oh, this is going to be easy. Got 250 of the fuckers, and now you're $2,000 in debt. Congratulations, you played yourself. This is nobody else's fault but his own. I don't feel bad at all as somebody who works in this field by somebody who clearly chose the wrong product and then blamed the company for because he wanted to do it because he chose the wrong product when everybody probably in his comments told him not to do it. I can guarantee you that's what had happened. But since we don't know how long the turnaround is, everyone that watched that fucking, I think it's called LAN show or WAN show, everybody that watched that WAN show probably was telling him, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And since Linus is very much a contrarian, let's not kid ourselves. Linus is a contrarian. He will go against the grain just to spite the people in the comments and spite his own employees. He's admitted that he's done this before. He's admitted that he's done shit to his own PC, to his own live, like his life. He fucked up his own shit because he wanted to like see the face of Jake being all crunch and seeing him cringe. Bro, just do shit that works, all right? Do shit that works. Lutron has a gigantic amount of more stuff. Now, don't even go with Lutron. Any other company that makes their own Z-Wave integration box would have been a better solution than what he did. That is it. It would have been a better solution. Fucking, okay, on the top of my list is Lutron because I worked with them so much. But if we go to just literally anything on Amazon, if I just type in smart switch, I know TP-Link makes a switch. You guys worked with TP-Link at some point. I know that fucking, like, oh, Jesus Christ. There's so many other options that they just skipped over because I'm probably pretty sure they didn't have the feature list that he wanted. But when he saw the feature list of, like, Lutron and then he felt the button, he said no because of the button? I'm sorry. Wasn't it like the function over form? Don't you preach function over form? Why do you sponsor Noctua? Why does Noctua even have a sponsorship with you? This shit looks like fucking shit. No, but yeah, because the buttons felt better on the GE and Brighton switches that don't even fucking work. All their stuff doesn't work because they don't have their own box. GE does not make their own stuff. Samsung makes their own stuff. Fucking Apple makes their own AirPod. Dude, any company that makes their own integrational box, I trust more than GE. GE doesn't have it. You had to use an AOTech stick. AOTech fucking sucks for shit, but AOTech still works. You could have used any other switch and you would have had a better result. Is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That was that one product. Also, him complaining about his audio problems, right? The man has a Sonos setup. Why the fuck didn't he get an ARC and a sub and then just put that in his living room? He complained for 2 to 3 whole episodes of his own show because he like fucking didn't want to admit that he was bad. Dude, Sonos takes up that bandwidth. I don't think he understands. Sonos doesn't play well with any other company. If you have a Sonos setup in your home, good luck trying getting a JBL, a Sony, anything else to work that has Wi-Fi audio. Oh, they want the priority. They want the priority. I work in this shit. And like Sonos itself is fine. He just didn't want to spend the literal $1,000 to replace it with literally a Sonos Beam or Sonos Arc with a sub. That's it. That's all you needed. Because the Sonos Arc would have pitched the TV into the Arc, which then you can pair into the sub. That then syncs that room into a group. Then you can put, if you want it to be all fancy, you get some plays in the back, and then you'd be fine. It makes its own surround sound when you configure it. But no, this man spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on Gen 2 Sonos amps for his whole house, and then decided to spend over triple the cost on a Wi-Fi setup on a setup for an AV receiver for his front room when he already has a setup that'll work. It's lunacy. It's lunacy. It's a living room. All you need is an Arc and a sub. Oh my god. That's what I would have done. You already have a Sonos setup. If you really wanted to do anything, that's how that works. So to put it on its own group, don't ever play that group, and then everything else just go live. I'm sorry if I'm speaking the truth, but that's how that works. Maybe he was having so much trouble with the Wi-Fi that he would have a problem. But listen, Sonos has an integrated system, and the Arc and the sub combo does work. I have done it multiple times. And even if you wanted to do a 5.1, where you have like the quote-unquote fake 3.1 surround, the 2.1 in the front, you can also just put some plays if you really want to spend that much money. You spent that much money already on your AV receiver. I mean, he fixed the problem, obviously. But it's so infuriating. Here's somebody that's a tech giant lose on the basic points of automation because he wanted to be the one to make the decision on what he wanted in his house without consulting somebody who knows what they're talking about first. That isn't Jake. Listen, Jake might be a lovely person, but automation expert he is not. Clearly, they learned their lesson for their freaking gigantic racquetball court or shuttle, their badminton court, because they did it properly there. I absolutely would have told him, why don't you just use a fiber switch and run fiber to the places in your home and then media decode on each place you want multiple outs. Because that way, you're still going to be using multi-mode fiber, you're still going to be using multiple Ethernet connections, and you can go up to 100 gig without any latency costs, without any packet loss, just by putting in a good switch that you can get from Ubiquiti. Ubiquiti makes, dude, if not Ubiquiti, Dell, if not Dell, what's the other company? Microtech? Microtech. Dude, you have options. You have the options. And I hate the reason that he wanted to use Cat 6a, because he wanted to run 100 gig. And I'm like, okay, idea, why don't we run 100 gig off of fiber, which is at the length that you're running, the same cost. Oh man. Yeah, whatever. But let's watch this video. I want to see what this house pisses me off just because I know as an automation tech that I would hate servicing this house. That's it. That's really it.
Starting ambitious projects, and my team of professional eggers on. Shit. Okay, who did that? Well, they don't exactly hold me back.
They don't hold you back. You need somebody on your team to be like, no, that's stupid. Stop doing it. You're ruining your own setup. I'll do it for you.
The problem is, once the shoot wraps, we don't always finish said ambitious projects, which has left me with a couple of loose threads.
No, I don't believe you.
It's not entirely their fault.
Oh, is Linus getting his beard back? Thank fucking God. He looks dude, I'm sorry. Linus with no beard is a super downgrade. Backspace. I need Linus with that luscious fucking beard, bro. He looks so good with that beard.
Guilty too, but look, today's not about playing the blame.
He looks way better. Just that stubble alone looks way better, bro.
Today is about taking action. That's why we are making a list, roadkill style, and we're gonna check it at least once. Check this out. I can check this one off already.
You're not gonna double dip your sponsor, bro.
I'm sorry.
He always does this. Ah!
Step 1 today is to compile a deficiency list.
That's a long piece of cardboard.
I mean, judging from the stuff that I know, this house is not even close to being completed, and you've already moved in, which makes it harder. Okay?
Sure is, Billy.
What are you expecting to write on here? The house hasn't burned down, has it? I mean, like, the garage doors work at least, right?
Right, but ask me if I put in the new relays.
Why do you need relays? Aladdin Connect connects to... The Aladdin Connect has a Google Assistant clone. What are you doing?
You didn't put in the new relays.
It's worse than that. The back left relay fires, but the door's not actually connected.
No, I heard it click.
That was, well, yeah.
Well, why isn't it connected?
We replaced our garage door openers.
Oh.
The trades assured me that they had put all my wires back where they were.
Oh man, they just like twisted wires together.
Oh, that's so unprofucking... Ah. Actually, that's on the installers, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's... No. That's... Put a box at least. Holy crap. You're gonna leave exposed signal wires in the ceiling? That's a spider's home right there.
It's not even like soldered or connected.
Here's the thing, you don't need solder. You don't. You need some bean connectors. But even then, bro, that's such an unprofessional job.
Or Moret, it's literally just twisted.
Yeah, see that's stupid. Don't do it.
Bit of copper. I love contractors.
You got the wrong contractors. Quit buying the cheapest people.
These days, I wouldn't recommend a solution like this. Since I did the setup at my old house, someone has actually reverse engineered Chamberlain's smart garage door opener protocol, allowing you...
Yeah, and we've also, like, this is actually pretty old. This is actually an old shit. When we do garage installations, we just literally sync it with the Google Assistant or some kind of thing. I'm still working on LiftMaster's, I'm trying to see if I can get LiftMaster to work, or Chamberlain or whatever, the MyQ, because I believe the sales rep told me that I needed to have like a laptop with like an old ass version of Explorer to work, and I haven't had the chance to get that to fucking work with my systems, so we'll see.
You to just take full local control of them. But when I moved in here, I wanted to go with the relays because I had old dumb garage doors that were still working perfectly fine, other than obviously not being smart. So then, since I already had this, when I got new openers because my old ones started dying, I just went with dummy ones.
Here's the thing. Just get yourself a relay kit that you can pick up for $30 that has the Google Assistant plugin. They sell them on Amazon. That's it. You're using Google Assistant as a Docker container. Why not just fucking use that? It's super simple, super easy. It's $50. I've installed it. It's the easiest fucking thing in the world. Trust. It's easy. If you have one of these.
They're not actually dummy. They support Aladdin, but these were already here. And it's been working great. These are just a much older design, and it's probably time to modernize them.
A little bit. Yeah, that's one of the older relay boxes. This dude's eating beans? This dude is eating beans. Hello, Drew. How's it going?
Or if we could figure out if Aladdin Connect just pipes right into Home Assistant, then we...
It does. It fucking does. What do you mean it doesn't have Google Assistant? It has it has Google Assistant, not Home Assistant. You a bit tipsy? Don't you become an alcoholic now? I thought it did though. No, let me double check this. Let me go ahead. Let me double check this. Let me go. Oh, it's not. It's Google Assistant. What's Home Assistant then? Oh, that's what it is. It's because it was developed in tandem by Google, but it was a fork that is free and open. Vodka kind of strong. I mean, yeah, you're drinking vodka, dude. What did you think it was gonna be? Okay, this makes sense. But it has Apple Play, Apple stuff, and Apple can pipe into whatever. Yeah. You have to use a Hoobs. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay, if you have to use a Hoobs, then why the fuck are you... Yeah, just use Hoobs.
We could do that as well. So these are technically smart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll just have to see what the better solution is. Since we're in here...
Hoobs. It's going to be a Hoobs. Get a Hoobs.
house sits in a cellular dead zone, so we picked up this amazing Selfie Quattro fully digital cellular repeater. Only problem is,
damn, your mom is crazy cool.
our company's cell phone plan changed carriers about 6 months ago, and I still haven't updated it to the frequencies that I'm actually using. So I have no cell signal at home, and
It sounds like a personal problem, buddy.
Jake never showed me how to get into the dashboard. You would think, oh, well, you should just be using Wi-Fi. But because my car has wireless Android Auto, which it defaults to, even if I plug it in, when I'm backing out, my Wi-Fi disconnects. It's connected to my car, and I rely on cellular to close the garage door.
Right.
So I have to drive a few blocks away where I have signal so that I can...
I don't even actually know if you can change the carrier yourself. To be fair, I've never tried, so. Oh, you know what the other thing is? This is more complicated than what we're doing right now. The antenna is pointed at a Rogers tower, I'm pretty sure.
That's probably the issue.
So if I change this, well, we'll see. It shows us the antenna stuff, so maybe it was TELUS.
Either way, it's going on the list. Another minor headache is my HVAC system. See, when we moved in, we installed this super efficient...
Oh my God, this also pissed me off. He said that the company was like, you can't use any other thing besides these thermostats. You can use whatever thermostat with whatever. Literally just install a thermostat that you want. You should have 2 Ecobees at every station.
Multi-zone heat pump system that does both heating and cooling, except for one small challenge. The house was already pre-plumbed for in-floor radiant heat, and it wouldn't make sense to throw that away given how much more economical it is in the winter.
Yeah, for you guys, that makes no sense in here.
So we added a second thermostat to control that, all of which is fine until the 2 times of year in the spring and fall when they start fighting each other. All of that is solvable if we put some more work into programming them.
Or just use 2 Ecobees. I'm being very honest. Contractors go fuck themselves because they fought our builder management to try to not switch over to Ecobees in our neighborhoods. They fought so hard, but then they're like, no, we pay your fucking bills. Why are we listening to you? No, just install what we're telling you to install. And they just forced them to install Ecobees at every house. So any air conditioner can be adjusted to use an Ecobee for whatever device. Don't listen to like the proprietary whatever. No. Tell them no, but I want Ecobee thermostats. Tell them that. Because otherwise they do this and they just jip you. I'm sorry if we were using that word. Actually, oh Jesus Christ. Otherwise they just fuck around with you and don't give you what you want. Oh, you didn't hear it. You didn't hear it.
But we never did. So I just turn them off when they are not supposed to be doing.
That's the worst solution. Just turn it off. You know, the thing that you're not supposed to do with AC or in-floor heating. Just turn it off.
Things.
That seems easy enough to fix, though. Can't we just like turn one of them off based on the temperature outside?
Maybe, but back when we did this, American Standard was anything but standard, and we didn't have much control over it from Home Assistant. Remember when Dan and I painstakingly converted these little Ecobee room sensors to be wall-powered rather than battery-powered?
I think.
Well, here's the thing. The Ecobee app, not super intuitive. I never got them working. To clarify, Dan did great work, and it totally works. I just haven't been able to find a way to get it to use that sensor rather than the stupid one that's out here in the middle of the stupid hallway.
Wait, do you want it to only use that sensor?
Yeah, because I don't want the hallway sensor.
Wait, okay, let me see. Now, there is a way in the Ecobee app to tell it to only care about a specific sensor.
I couldn't find it.
This has got to be the least intuitive thermostat app.
It's not that bad. Oh my God, have you seen other ones though? It's bad.
In the planet ever in the universe, you know what I'm saying?
No, fuck you. Fuck you, Jake. You have not used other ones. I dare you to tell me you've used other ones.
But I have to do this at my house all the time. I think.
Yeah, because you only use the Ecobee. I hate Honeywell. I don't like Nest. So yeah. Oh, and don't even get me started on Avalar or whatever the fuck that name. That wouldn't go fuck itself because you have to use their third-party fucking app that only works when it's connected to a connected system. Fuck that company.
I think if you go under sensors. So girl 1,
Oh, it's only Savant, and we don't even use Savant.
that's the sensor inside or no?
I believe so.
Oh, it is. Yeah, girl 1 is
Yeah,
the
it
sensor
should be.
inside. Oh, it's already set to that. This should read 24, not 20. This works just fine at my house.
I don't know, Jake. I don't know. I'm adding it to the list.
What are we doing in here?
Well, the lazy version would be to write mechanical room problems, but
Oh, that's not how that's supposed to work. The cardboard so you don't forget about things like torquing your wheels.
and there's a lot of things in here that we could easily forget.
Yeah, a lot of metaphorical wheels.
The isolation
A lot of metaphorical wheels. You don't want those to fall off.
transformer for the water cooling loop is not currently active. When we hooked up the flow sensors, we realized we had the wrong type of filter in the outdoor loop, so this is just empty right now. We installed leak sensors on the gaming systems and have a battery backup for the entire rack, but without Pulseway installed on all of the systems, you might as well not even have them. And
So wait, after that video, you only installed it on one, Linus? What? Ah, dude. With how fast you always proclaim Pulseway to be installed, how the fuck did this slip you by?
Pulseway is not installed on all of the systems. Also, those UPSs should probably go on the wall away from the water.
Nah. I never recommend doing this unless the system. Okay, first of all, he's a very unconventional config. You should have a separate wall-mounted rack that you can buy for specifically your batteries, and the backing of that should be metal or some kind of flame retardant surface because they're batteries. Oh my goodness, they are batteries.
Since I'm back here, we just got our first batch of LFP batteries to replace these slightly more explodey lithium ions.
No.
So now would be a great time to check and make sure they work so that we can order more in bulk. And by bulk, I mean, if this goes well, bulk.
Bruh, what the heck did you do to that thing?
I haven't talked to Jake about this one yet, but remember how these chassis have those weird polarity sensitive power switches? Well, I've had some really strange issues with them where sometimes they just won't turn on until I disconnect the power switches for like a while and then connect them back, and then they just work normally. So I came up with the brilliant idea of just buying some cheap vandal.
That fucking works though. If it fucking works, don't say nothing.
Resistant switches off of Amazon, getting a drill bit and yeet, putting in a standard power button.
Dude. Props though, because I would be fucking mad. I would have. To be fair, we have the same thing at that. We do the same thing for fucking. There is a switch that we used to use for what I call police clitorises, and I love this face. They literally half of them wouldn't work sometimes because they're faulty. So would have to test them like in-house like 50 times, and they would have to pass like at least 75% of that. So we go 1 2 3 4 no, 1 2 3 4 no, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, you know. You would count, okay, if it's like 50, you would count to 10 5 times. So you go do that, and if it's failed more than 5 times, like more than 10 times, you weren't using that one. Like, it was so bad. Now it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all whatsoever, because now we changed suppliers, and that I don't know what supplier we had before, but that one wasn't good. So yeah, that's way better. Way better. Oh.
Proof of concept wise, it works great. I just haven't gotten around to finishing it yet.
Dude, I would have gotten better buttons though. I would have gotten better buttons.
Why didn't you just like do it here?
I'm sorry? What? Hey, I thought I heard something different. Hey, Billy. How are you doing today? Thank you for popping in here for a second. Hello. Hello. One of my best friends, people. All right, let's keep.
I don't know. While I'm at it,
I don't know. But I mean, to be fair, the button probably looks better on the left side, to be honest.
I finally upgraded my GPU, and we found a water-cooled 5090 that will fit in the relatively low
Didn't this man say he was? I guess this guy, he did say he was going to get a 5090.
profile of my case. If Jake would finally bring it to work. And this one I'm kind of on the fence.
If Jake would finally give it to work.
What is the problem with the Sonos?
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, after we hooked all these up to our network switch, we learned that daisy chaining them can be bad for performance, and that because of SonosNet, a wireless protocol that's
They prefer fucking. I hate this part about Sonos. Sonos, like a lot of Sonos products, they hate with a passion. They hate wire. Your best bet is to hook them up for initial setup and then nothing else. Hello, Billy. Are you making noise right now? Because you're really loud over here. Sonos has a bad problem with like their Wi-Fi. They prefer Wi-Fi versus being on a LAN network. So they're actually plugging them in for setup and then unplugging them for nothing else. It tends to be the standard.
Fuck your tech stream.
It's not even a tech. This is just a reaction stream, Billy. We'll react to something you like here in a bit. If you stay. Okay, let's keep going.
Sonos created to communicate between their boxes. Sometimes wired networking can suck.
Yes. Not sometimes, all the time. Almost every single time, the wired network is atrocious.
So we got to diagnose that. And number two,
Just unplug all of them. Unplug all of them, go Wi-Fi.
I can't find my husband.
ever since
Though we work in the same field, so we would have a field day. We would have a field day talking about this shit. Also, Katja, you said husband. Yeah, it's whatever. In the state of Texas, y'all would have been already 1,000% married through common law. It's in Texas, though. You ain't live in Texas.
Sonos pushed their big app update, I found it just laggier and crappier. To their credit, it has been getting a bit better lately, but I still think it's worth at least giving this Unify box that Jake showed me a shot.
Why switch product? Excuse me? No. Don't switch product. Just literally unplug all of them. Unplug all of them, and then just have them on Wi-Fi. That's all you need. Because Sonos fucking does not like being wired. I do not understand it, but they prefer Wi-Fi setups. They love Wi-Fi 6. I'll tell you that right now.
Years ago, the first time this panel made its debut on camera, we talked about putting in monitoring. That's not here. Finally, you might have noticed it's pretty quiet in here, but that's only because this server wasn't powered on. See, we built a cool new server to replace it, but I'm still using the old one for backup of essential files. What I should really be doing, though, is just using my NVMe array and my hard drive array.
Billy, are you staying here, or are you gonna keep popping in like a weird ghost that I'm drowning?
In this server,
Popping in.
Okay. Anyways, let's keep going.
to create redundant copies of the most essential data while storing my Linux ISOs just on the hard drives, because if they get lost, it doesn't really matter that much. The last thing is that having both servers contributes to the sweltering heat in here in the summer. In the winter, it's great. We dump all the heat in the pool, which we maintain at about 10 degrees Celsius.
10 degrees Celsius, what is that? 20, 30, that's 35. No. 10 degrees Celsius isn't 35 degrees. Because that's to be 0 degrees Celsius. No, it's like 45, 55 degrees. And Celsius. 50. Okay, I was close. I used to be proficient in both.
But in the summer, that heat exchanger don't work so good. So I'd like to get some kind of chiller in here and then use the pool to cool the hot side.
Oh, did I tell you I actually found something for this? Oh God, yeah, it's getting loud. Turns out the perfect solution is a yacht air conditioner. So while the tech yacht is definitely not happening, we can have a little bit of yacht at home.
A yacht conditioner. Why not just get a goddamn like literally an air conditioning for this place?
Mom, we have a yacht at home.
Well, it's basically just an air conditioner compressor that's water cooled because it would go on a boat.
Oh, that makes more sense.
This isn't the boat.
It would also be corrosion resistant.
It would also be corrosion resistant.
Oh, that's sick, because we're using pool water.
We're using pool water. It would be sick.
Jake is so over it. Jake is so over it.
You had like a very unsettling sigh there. I mean, I feel like this list is getting pretty long.
Yeah.
You're starting to look like Santa Claus over here.
And the worst part is that, in truth, most of these problems are kind of problems that we have manufactured
They're self-inflicted, 1000%.
by DIYing things that most people would just buy an off-the-shelf solution
Or get systems that play together.
for.
Yep.
With that said, I hope that the adventure has at least been inspiring, because for all of the warts of what we've done, it really was a lot cheaper, sometimes, and it was way more fun, right? Fun?
Here's the fallacy. If the solution causes headaches, it was not much fun.
Yeah.
Sure.
Fun.
Dan and I have been meaning to sound treat this room since we created it, and it is still very much not done.
You know, all things considered, it's not as bad as you would think it would be.
No, it's the couches. By the way, Valencia, shout out, dude. Over time, I have only grown to appreciate these couches even more.
$6,000. Holy shit. Ugh. Oh my God, that's so expensive. Oh, that's so expensive.
They're kind of sick, actually. I think it really sets the ambiance of the room, and
It is a theater seat, though. Who am I kidding?
so it's just kind of fun.
Oh yeah,
You feel like you're going to the movies.
but like better.
Yeah.
But like better, go to an IMAX. Oh, if you're a non-social person, this would be at home. But man, fuck that. So much money.
Speaking of the Valencia couches, it's pretty cool that they have both USB-A and USB-C charging at almost every seat. But what they don't have is
The AI USB charging.
any kind of data connection back to the PC. So I'd like to do a nice cable managed run, so when you're sitting there with the lap board, you can just plug in right there rather than run it across the floor.
If it has USB-A, why not just adapt the USB-A that's in there? Clearly it has the port. Just use the USB-A.
Here's an annoying one. Do you like CEC? That is the protocol that HDMI devices use to communicate with each other, so that
Yes.
when you turn on one, all the right ones are supposed to fire up at the same time, so you don't
Yep.
have to have 5 different remotes. I love it too, when it works, but check this out. If I turn on my receiver and switch it over to my PC, this is super cool. My TV's on, it's all awesome and everything. Now give it a second. Why is my NVIDIA Shield there? It does it every time, no matter what
You know why it is, Linus? You know why it is, Linus? Because PCs do not have any innate support for CEC. They do not. So your fucking receiver is like, well, the closest thing to a PC here that has CEC is the Shield, because it reports as a PC. Believe it or not, that is why.
I change all the settings in the receiver and the Shield too. The Shield cannot resist ripping back control. Back when I was playing Fantasian on my Apple TV, I'd be playing for 2 hours, and then suddenly the Shield would wake up and rip away my controls.
This is one I can sympathize with. I actually had the exact same problem at home, and you know what I did? Turned literally everything off, and I just used like my house. So I just go like, hey, switch to PC, or hey, switch to TV, and it just does everything for me. It even wakes on LAN the PC if it's off. It's kind of magic.
That actually sounds great, because
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
ever since I moved this Falcon Northwest frag box in here, I've been using this room so much more for gaming, to the point where it's actually made it so I have to solve yet another problem. See, voice chat is a solved problem, both for when you're all in the same room, where you can just yell at each other, and also a solved problem for when you're all remote.
Yes.
But where you run into trouble is when you've got a handful of people here on the couch together and a handful of people remoted in, like we often do when we're playing tape to tape. So I'm thinking we either come up with a solution where everyone can have their own boom mic and we have it all mixed.
No. You need everybody listening, but only like a couple mics scattered around the room. This is not the solution, guys.
Together into one channel that we send out to the rest of the voice chat, or we mic up the room with like a nice shotgun that's pointed down at the couch.
Yes, that is the better solution.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think a room mic is probably the way to go.
That is that everyone with headphones or one person with headphones, and then or you have like a small amount of feedback inside the thing and everyone can hear them. But yeah, that's the solution is not everyone have a microphone. That is hell on earth.
I do too, which is why the stuff for that solution is already in this bin right here.
Yay!
There's also karaoke cable management on the list. What's that?
Okay, I kind of already did that. It's not perfect, but
Hey, look at that. Don't buy that. This is the only solution that I would recommend for that because it's karaoke machines. This is like the one thing I would recommend buy a bigger board for.
it's a lot better than it was before. So here's the little Yamaha doodad, and then we just used one of our MCM magnetic cable management things to the front of this grill to kind of
Also, don't put magnets against the magnet. The speaker is very delicate.
cable manage the mics. Boom.
Yeah, but it's just a metal grill though.
Pretty tidy, and the kids actually use it now, which is nice. Before, when it was a mess, they just didn't want to touch it.
That's something to know about kids though. Kids are like, no, I don't like it because it looks weird. Because they think that you are doing something with it. 100%.
No, don't touch that.
I seem to remember this being less jank.
Don't touch. No, yeah.
It's angled at your toes.
It's because it's broken.
It's for feet pics?
Feet. Feetfinder.com.
It's broken.
That's like a 50-pound speaker. What broke about it?
Well, it's going into drywall, and the anchors
Oh.
that I used were not amazing.
This is why you have to use the right stuff, dog.
Oh,
It's
God.
like at the tipping
Oh,
point.
God.
So the cat has knocked it down a couple times. and, like,
Oh.
do you want to see my solution for seeing what I'm doing when I'm working in here?
Lights?
I plug in this light strip.
You plug it in. Oh, because the Z-Wave is so broken it doesn't connect. Nice.
I think we could do better.
I think there's a lot we could do better.
Honestly, that light in there is the least of my problems, though. My light switches are still on janky motion activation, and these ancient GE switches have compatibility issues with all kinds of different light.
I complained about this already. I will not repeat myself. You did this up to yourself, Linus. You don't fucking do this ever. Don't use GE switches. They suck. 1 or 2 rooms. Good.
light bulbs that I'm using in
What?
my house, causing everything from
I didn't hear what that
death
one was.
from my LED bulbs to weird differences in brightness. Even though
Ever? Ever.
these are both set to the same brightness, to the flickering that you're seeing right now.
Yeah, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's so bad, bro.
Innovelli has the millimeter wave ones coming soon, right?
Yeah, I think I have 10 of them,
What?
actually.
Yikes, bro. $85. You know, how much is a fucking Lutron low voltage? Do you want to play a game, Billy? Are you itching to play a game right now? Is that what's going on? Are you just itching to be like, let's play a game? This is what happened.
Romancing.
I don't hear. I didn't hear that one.
I'm playing Moon Factory and trying to get laid by only God.
You're here to hear, folks, ladies. You're here to hear, folks, ladies and gentlemen. God damn, my dyslexia is horrible today. Give us smart, dimmer, and switch. Okay. It's more expensive by a long shot. They're $75 though versus the $85. I guess that's Canadian, so that makes sense.
Like prototypes?
Yeah.
Or like
no,
final
they're
hardware?
like final hardware. They should be. Yeah. Yeah, like 5 Z-Waves, 5 Zigbee, which sounds a bit wonky, but with how many switches you have in the house, that's probably what we're going to do anyways. Split them between the two protocols. So you're
going to run into problems. But as long as they can talk to each other and they're the same brand and with the same communication hub, it should be okay.
Kind of ease the load a little bit.
Of course, we're going to have
Just use Zigbee, though. Just use
to do
Zigbee.
more than just put updated light switches in because minor oversight.
Yeah.
I have outdoor lights under the deck.
Right.
But the switches for them are inside.
Ah.
So any motion sensor or millimeter wave sensor or any sensor inside is going to do nothing when people are sitting around on the patio.
Right, so we probably need to add a motion sensor outside. Now we played around with that Everything Presence 1. It's actually pretty sick and seems to have a pretty long range.
That would be
but
perfect.
what we could also do is something we were gonna do anyways, which is to use the camera feeds and do person detection in the camera feeds.
That'd be
And then turn the
sick.
lights on with that. Now Ubiquiti actually has a product for this now called the AI key, but it's not meant to be like a real-time thing. It makes a queue and processes old stuff. But we do have your server, which we can throw that AI card in, and then we can process thousands of frames. Write Wi-Fi 7 on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Maybe put it in the bottom in big text.
Wi-Fi 7? I can go on a tangent on this. The common person does not need anything more than Wi-Fi 6E at this point in time. Wi-Fi 7 is only useful if you are in a congested area and or running a business right now. You do not need Wi-Fi 7.
Okay. Well, that's
Currently, there's not any devices that use the spectrum. That's the reason I'm telling you that.
disrupt my ability to make my list compact.
I don't care.
This room's actually been really good for the most part. The new multi-channel audio setup that we put in here, hardwiring everything, I barely ever even think about the fact that there's cables in here. We did such a great job of the cable management.
Yeah.
The only problem in here is that every once in a while, this Sony AVR just doesn't work anymore.
What does that mean?
I mean, I set it to use eARC, and it just no worky until I hardware reset it.
Hardware reset.
The factory reset.
Everything?
Yeah, I can't just turn it off and back on every once in a while,
Like the calibration.
like everything.
That's like a half an hour setup.
Yeah, it hasn't happened in probably a solid 9 months, but it's happened 3 times total.
3 times?
Yeah.
I don't use Sony products for that shit. Get a 10 in, bro. Why the fuck would you use the I'm sorry.
You know, we actually have another receiver. We were originally planning on doing like room correction showdown where we tried all the different types.
Yeah.
And actually I have a receiver that can do direct live. But then there's also like the Room Perfect one, which is really expensive that they were supposed to send and then never sent. So the dudes that make that, hit us up. We'd still like to try it.
Yeah, like we can send it back when we're done. If
That's what it was
cool or
supposed to be.
whatever.
It's
Yeah.
like, it was like $20,000.
We just want to try it because this is a really challenging room.
But I don't know, dude. If it ain't broke, we have a lot of other things to fix. Speaking of things to fix, what's going on there?
The kiddies really like it.
Oh.
Yeah,
wait,
they
so we
picked.
Cats. I forgot that this guy has cats. He has 5 cats now.
put a cat hole on the side.
Yeah, we could do that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, but they picked this apart so that they could get in.
Oh.
This shelf specifically gets out of sync with all the rest of them.
Yeah, we're not fixing that. They discontinued these for a reason.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is Govey.
If you want to fix that, we can fix it, but we're buying a proper controller and putting proper RGB strips in there.
Don't you guys partner with Govey?
What we are doing is a series, I guess, because there's no way that this is going to be one video.
I mean, we already have a series. It's called the Linus House series. It has almost, I think, 50 videos. It's getting a few more. Did you show them?
The plan today was for us to make the list and fix a bunch of stuff, but it took us this long just to make the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could we do even like one thing today? New light switch in the LAN room.
Yeah, why don't we try that?
Okay, let's
Yeah,
try
because
that.
we have lots of light switches. It'd be a great idea if we had a Zigbee hub, which we don't yet. This guy right here, plugged in over USB, is what powers Linus's Z-Wave network, which is around a 900 megahertz long range, not IP-based smart home tech.
Yes.
Zigbee runs on 2.4 gigahertz, so it needs
Yes.
a completely different adapter. And fortunately for us, they make adapters that are PoE powered. So rather than having to use a USB extension and plug it into his NAS, we
Yeah.
can take this guy, the SM Lite SLZB06M, and plug it in anywhere that there is Ethernet in this house, as long as it's hooked up to PoE. For now, I'm thinking I just stick it on this like extra cable that's dangling here. In the long term, it would probably make more sense to put something like this, I don't know, in the middle of the house.
It does. In the middle of the house, because the mesh network would help you out so much.
It's not like right in the bottom, but for now, this should be sufficient.
Go good. Another for now solution. The most permanent solution is a temporary one. I tell you that.
See a blinky blinky? I don't see. Oh, hey, we have power. That's good. At least the PoE works. Why did he have to pick the one light switch that's in a 5-gang box? I have to take out 10 screws just to get the cover off so I can even think about taking this light switch out. Wow! Look at all those chickens.
Man.
Almost final hardware. You can see the labels are missing. But there's a little lux sensor, and in theory behind here is the fancy millimeter wave sensor that's going to solve all of Linus's problems. Guaranteed, or your money back. Well, I turned off the breaker, the light is off, but just for safety, I'm gonna take my multimeter here, and I'm just gonna touchy and see if there's any voltage. What does that say?
It says 20.2.
0.2. Yeah, we're safe. Always turn the breaker off unless you're an electrician, because they never turn the breakers off. Oh, yeah. These light bulbs might still be like pretty mangled. Proper light bulbs with the new switch, press the button. They just work. And they're not flickering. Woo!
Dude, that is a gigantic gain though. Flickering lights fucking suck.
Now let's see if we can figure out how to control it. After a little bit of pain and suffering and many firmware updates, we have our Zigbee hub coordinator stick thing up to date. You see there's the latest version, very nice. We've got it hooked into Home Assistant with Zigbee 2 MQTT, which you can see here has no devices. And if we click permit join, and I do the secret code, which is you press this button 3 times, boop, boop, boop.
There's a handshake.
Start flashing, and in theory,
there it is.
Look
Haha. We all know that one. That one's easy.
man, that's so nice when the smart home network isn't broken and it just
It's almost like you should not be using a weird one.
actually adopts new devices. While there is oh my god, there's a lot of settings.
Oh yeah, this shit is crazy. This is the reason why it takes us like 4 days to do one of these homes.
Does it get the voltage right? No, that's definitely not right. Wow, 20 amps at 1200 volts. I think that's not correct.
Yeah, I don't think so. You're running the power plant right through that one switch.
I don't think the wires would be very happy. It says it's consumed 16 kilowatt hours of electricity already.
I don't think so.
Look. Why is that? Is that a different one? Did I put a different bulb in there? It is also firmware updating, but like, look at that. I mean, it's dimming. Wow. Why is this one brighter? I don't understand. What the heck?
Load.
It's
load.
brighter, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so obviously brighter. Screw it. We're swapping the one in the mechanical room too, just for funsies. This one, a little bit easier to find the breaker for. I'm so confident I'm not even gonna check it.
Do you see the thing up there? It's cool, right?
Oh yeah.
Did I tell you about it? It's PoE powered, so you can put it anywhere.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking we
It's very efficient, very easy to use.
could put it maybe upstairs somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere on the main floor, just like central, maybe
But
in the family room.
The mesh with Zigbee works pretty well, so we might not even need to.
One of the big things I want to do is be able to configure my lights so that when they turn on and off automatically with motion or presence detection,
Yeah.
it's at a different level of brightness at different times of day.
Okay, so this is huge because the stupid thing with those GE switches is like you couldn't change the brightness level while they were off. Well, look at our Innovelli. Oh, that turned it on. I don't know if there's a way around that, but
We'll figure it out.
you can at least make it lower, maybe? Oh, that worked. I don't know. It didn't. I don't know. There's probably a way around that.
We'll figure it out.
If there isn't, they can change the firmware.
There's a setting for turn on brightness we found later. I feel like because the amount of finger pointing that Linus did, there has to be a setting. They had to think of like their engineers were like sweating in the conference room, being like, "It's got to be good. It's got to be everything."
Because getting flashbanged when you're walking around the house half naked, thinking, "Man, I'd like to get a midnight snack," sucks. So we can't quite cross this off, but we.
To be fair though, proof of concept worked well. Now do it with 10, then do it with 25, then do it with 50.
Because getting filed a list of everything that we need to get done
Well,
6 months?
you could write 2 and cross that out and then write like 98.
Nice.
Oh, hey, you want to see something cool? Here, look at this. What's your favorite color? I know what your favorite color is.
Blue.
Look, see? It's pink now.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. And then when they're off, you set it so they don't turn off, but they set their brightness to like minimum. Yeah. So when it's the middle of the night and everything's dark, you can see the light switches.
Absolute genius.
That's actually fucking big brain tactics, though.
Genius. Just like this absolute genius segue to our sponsor. It's very
Okay, cool. Yay, that was that. Yeah, me getting mad at this guy for literally not picking the correct solutions. To be fair, this stuff should have been done ages ago. Ages ago. How long have you had that? It's like the 4th year in that house, isn't it?